looking for a win. It's the Lions coming in at 9-3, going up against the Oilers, who come in at 9-3. With that, let's get up to Ford Field in Detroit. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL sends us to the state of Michigan as we are inside Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Houston Oilers and the Detroit Lions. Now they try the right side here. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
Old school defensive tackle play dictated just stood up and danced with the guy in front of you. And if a guy came near, tackle it. New school, you don't want to just dance. You want to get past it, get upfield and make the play in the backfield. A big-time play there.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Now a handoff as they run left side. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. He'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. So they get the completion. That's good, but Charles, probably not good to get hit on the first play of the game.
No coaching staff ever wants their quarterback hit on any passing play, especially to start the game. What you're hoping is you have one of those tough guys back there. But sometimes when they get hit early, it gets the juices flowing, and they get right into the game.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They'll try and throw for it here. Flushed out right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now a handoff here to his running back. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now they'll run it on the toss. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. And a look at the defense now. And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on 3rd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got some space here. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go!
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Here we go now.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
All right, here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's caught at the 3. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
Well, the feel that I get on this is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't even look like they hesitated there. They knew they wanted to go for it.
That tells me that during the week, they were thinking about these situations, and they feel like maybe they're just the better team, and they want to go ahead and prove it conclusively.
Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out comes Houston. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? Well, where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, that's 2 guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it, and moved the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and our drive continues here to start quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. They're going to look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Partner ring to the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working. That means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now they'll run it on the toss. 23 yards on the play.
And that's why defense coordinators always preach 11 guys to the ball. Because sometimes you have a missed tackle, but if you have a swarm of guys around, less room for them to roam even after the first missed tackle. In this case, tackle was missed, plenty of open field to get after that.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And some room to roam now. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
All right, here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
So often you hear defensive coaches talk about we need all 11 on every play in order to be a good run-stopping unit. And sometimes it starts to sound a little cliche. But did you see the free safety on that play? Knifing through and running down the ball carrier. A huge, huge play. And when you have a free safety who can run like that, you've got to turn him loose.
Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, Either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble. A good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave him looking at a 4th and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it is incomplete. Gary Kubiak's guys denied on 4th down. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now let's go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Here we go now.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And the big boy, dare I say, he showed some athleticism there.
Oh, without a doubt. And you know what else we saw on that play? Why they do more and more ball drills in practice. They want everyone proficient with catching the football and being comfortable because you never know when a big play like this will happen for a big man.
Now, post-game locker room, does he get an extra drumstick?
Hey, he was going to get that anyway. He may get the whole spread now.
Yeah, put some gravy on there. And Detroit getting set to go now. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
13 yards there on the pickup, and the Lions are going to have a first. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll come out in the pistol, and they'll go on the ground. And some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Surveying the field. He's going to rifle one deep into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And now out comes Houston. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
They'll throw now on the final play. He sets to fire deep. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 39. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. Again, we'll see the pistol here. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting to run. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
He'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And now here's a carry heading left. And some room to work. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They'll get 19 yards there. And it's good enough for a Houston first down.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think of run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Second down and 4. They'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Muscles him off. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And his guys have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. And quickly, they get to the line. They'll look to throw here. And that'll be incomplete. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. Now back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's fourth down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down, and they'll run it here. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. And now out comes Houston. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll come out in the pistol. Going to give this time to the tailback. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Back now at Ford Field as we're about ready to rock and roll for the fourth and final quarter. Second down, and the offense in search of 6 yards. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. So he got 3 of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just run a ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. And how about that defensive front? Creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Stays on his feet. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play. I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually wants the football. Why? He knows his offensive line's going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself.
Touchdown, Detroit! A great effort there, hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Lions add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now out comes Houston. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Getting late in the 4th now, Charles. 2-minute warning just around the corner.
Yeah, some teams just want to get to that spot, take a breath, and then come out and attack for the rest of the game.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. 10 yards still left on second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
He'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback. And so he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
And there's the touchdown that they needed, so they'll celebrate. But the guys on the sidelines, they've got to stay focused. The onside kick team, they need them to get the ball back.
Yeah, part 1 of the equation done. Now they need to convert and then get that onside kick. Time definitely of the essence now, just under a minute to play, and here we go. And this will be covered up by the Lions, and that might just about seal the deal. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out comes Houston. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Looking to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
It's caught at the 10. And he's going to be marked down deep in Detroit territory. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game.
Here we go. Ohio.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points